Hello everybody, this is Ronry. As always, I have a fresh bottle of Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome all over glitter mist. It's basically a setting spray that has mica in it. It's really cool looking. And here's the fresh bottle. So I can use up this entire bottle if I want and have more to spare. And they restocked it probably just for me because I don't know anybody in their right mind who would want to look like the Tin Man. It's not really in style. If you have a job to go to, you can't do it because it's too it's too dramatic. So this is a very unemployed thing to wear. And I am the king of being unemployed. At least according to the IRS, I have not had a job besides being a professional clown last year and some of this year. Sorry, I heard a weird noise. But, yeah, I haven't had a professional job besides putting on makeup and going to children's parties to play card tricks. As far as the IRS knows, people who liked me just gave me the money. And that's how I survived so long. I was homeless for a lot of it. Because being unemployed tends to lead to being homeless. That's why when I got my inheritance, I bought a house. So even if I'm ever unemployed again, I don't lose my house unless I don't pay taxes. And if push comes to shove, I can take a loan out from my older sibling to pay my taxes and like pay them off in installments and not have an interest charged on it. So before I put on the Chameleon Chrome, don't fall on the couch. I'm going to put on a little bit of makeup. Wake up, grab a brush, put on a little makeup. Here it is. I'm going to put on the Chameleon Chrome highlighter in the shade Too Serious. And I'm also going to put on the L'Oreal Original Voluminous in Cobalt Blue. And I'm going to line my eyes with the Neon palette from Profusion. And I was looking at, one of my favorite games is Cyberpunk 2077. And I was looking up what color theme to make out of that. So we're going to do yellow, magenta, and blue. Or should I do this one? Which one is more cyan? Maybe I'll mix them together. This is Tiny Mouse. Ah! You got hair in my lip product. This is what I'm wearing until my cold sore goes away. Alright. I'm going to put on makeup and be right back. Okay, now that I have a full face of makeup, cold sore makeup, I'm going to spray my face with... Which one's which? Oh no. Which one's open? They're both open. It doesn't matter. Which one's fuller? Okay, this is the one that I've been using. So we're gonna spray my face with, I was about to say micellar water. We're gonna spray my face with the Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome All Over Glitter Mist Setting Spray in the shade Milkier Way. Hi, baby kitten. Can you get out of the way of where the setting spray will fall on the floor? Okay, let's, there. That's one layer. Okay, here it is. One layer dried. Highlighter looks more melted into my face, and my forehead is sparkly. You can barely see it with one layer, but it's there. Now, if this video gets 15 likes, no deadline, just 15 likes total at all. If this gets 15 likes, I will do 100 layers, but in order to do just 25 layers takes 2 hours, not including the time it took to put on this makeup. So this is a huge investment of time for one product. Okay, there's the second layer. Let's let it dry. Okay, let's do the third layer. Third layer. Okay, believe it or not, this is what it looks like dry. It's still pretty shiny. Let's do layer 4. And yes, I will be saying each number out loud. However, I cannot guarantee to you that I will not repeat a number. I have a habit of repeating entire tens of numbers when I count. So it usually happens if I count consistently towards 100. What happens is I count to about 40 or 50, and I go 49, 40. 41, 42, and count all the way to 49 all over again. And I don't always catch it, but hopefully I can count to 25. Okay, layer 4. Okay, now for 5. 5 what? Step 5. No. Layer 5. 5, yeah. Layer 5. Did you see the fucker who told me to stop identifying as having brain damage? Do I need to explain how bizarre that is to say to someone? Okay, 5. Here is layer 5 completely dry. Almost as shiny as it is wet. Sensation-wise, my face feels warm, as if it's been insulated, or as if I've had like a glass or two of wine. Not that I currently drink, but if I had a glass or two of wine now on the meds I'm on today, 2 glasses of wine would make me as sick as, like, if I drink too much. Even 1 glass of wine could do that to me. So I just don't drink anymore at all. I also used to have a binge drinking problem. But I follow the medical definition of binge drinking is more than 4 drinks per hour. I was drinking 21 in a night, or sometimes in a single hour. And at the height of my alcoholism, I was drinking, what was it? 1.5 liters of vodka a day, and if I wanted to have fun, I would drink 3 liters. So me and alcohol, it's like, I love it so much I can't get enough of it. And so I got put on a bunch of meds that make me not crave it and not able to drink it. And they all coincidentally also treat the medical conditions that were causing the alcoholism to begin with. So that was 5. Let's go for layer 6. Okay. Layer 6. Here is layer 6. Look how much I've used already. Good thing I bought the backup bottle. Is my hand not working? What the hell? Why is it not working? What? What? Is it not long enough? No, it's in there. It's to there. Damn. I'm going to return this and get my money back. I'll just... I'll just buy a new one. Ah! With the money I get back from it. I'll just exchange it, yeah, for a new one. Unless this one does the same thing at the same point. Also, look how sparkly my shirt is. Can you see that? It's all sparkly. Seven. Yeah. Layer 7. Okay, here is layer 7, all dry. Let's do layer 8. Wait, this is the... Here we go. Alright, that's 8. Layer 8. Okay, here is 8. Yeah, 8. My cheeks jiggle when I shake it. Nine. 9 is 3 times 3. I can't tell if I just timed it funny or if each layer is drying slower than the last. But, we'll see. Okay, here is layer 9. It is dry. Ten. Like how many months sober I am. Double digits. Oh yeah, let me... Yeah. Give you more lines and curves to look at. Okay, believe it or not, this is dry. Alright, let's go for 11. Okay. I specifically wore a bandana so that I wouldn't get my scarf or any of my hats covered in glitter because I like to wash my scarf as little as I can unless I have like allergies or a cold going on and I keep wiping my nose on it, in which case I will wash it at the end of the day. But if I can avoid washing my scarf, I try to avoid it so that it doesn't wear out over time because it's my favorite scarf. And it's kind of hard to find like the exact material that I like. I don't know what blend of fibers it is, but it's some part polyester and some part either cotton or wool. And it's really, really soft. And, it's my favorite, and I don't want it to wear out. So I wore a bandana because hats are hard to wash, and I want to avoid having to wash glitter out of my scarf. Alright, I'm gonna let 11 dry. Okay, 11 is dry. Let's do 12. And while this dries, I'm going to redo the eyeliner a little bit. yeah, it's in my hand. I was looking for the Q-tips. And these colors are Seriously, which is the blue one, Like, which is the purple one, and Sunnies, which is the yellow one. "12 layers of setting spray makes for a great eyeshadow primer." There we go. Now I'm gonna let it finish drying. I tried to fix the blue on this side, but somehow only made it look even more crooked. So we're gonna ignore that. We have 12 layers dry. Let's put on another layer. I'm taking occasional selfies to do a short slideshow. $13. Baker's dozen. You know, okay, so back to that guy who told me to stop identifying as having brain damage. He told me to turn to Jesus. So I want to make it clear to any of you who are not Muslim. Muslims believe in Jesus. We believe in the same God as Christians and Jewish people do. The exact same God. Not a different version of the same God. The exact same God. We don't believe God is the Son of God, but in Sufism we believe that everyone is God being reincarnated. Jesus is one of our prophets. He is the next to last prophet. The final prophet is Muhammad. Praise and blessings be upon him. Jesus is Prophet Isa. Praise and blessings be upon him. And his mother is Miriam. Praising blessings. I don't have brain damage. Praise and blessing. No. Praise and blessings. There we go. Praise and blessings be upon her. She was a virgin, and she got pregnant somehow, and she gave birth to Prophet Isa. Does that sound exactly like Christianity? Yeah, we believe in the same God as Christians. Alright, thank you for coming to my TikTok. I'm gonna let this finish drying. 13 is dry. I almost forgot what number we were on. 13 is dry. It's looking less dry each layer. $14. 7 plus 7 is 14. 6 plus 8 is 14. 9 plus 5 is 14. And obviously 10 plus 4 is 14. 11 plus 3, 12 plus 2, 13 plus 1. 15. At the age of 15 in the state of Virginia, you can get a permit for your driver's license, and with the permit, you can drive a vehicle as long as a licensed driver age 21 or older is in the passenger seat instructing you. 15 is 3 times 5. Okay, layer 15 is dry. At 16, you can get a license in Virginia, which means that you can drive alone. Which begs the question, aren't there states where you can't get a license until you're 18? Are you allowed to get a license in Virginia at 16 and then drive to a state where you can't get a license until you're 18? Or would you have to follow the laws of that state, which is what I assume? That would be an interesting, legal case. I should write a book. Okay, 16. Now for 17. Seventeen. When I was 17, I got my driver's license, and I promptly drove to a different state and got what was it? Starbucks. Yeah, I got Starbucks because at the time, Galax, where I lived, didn't have. Well, I technically still live in Galax. I live right next to Galax. I live in Hillsville. But nobody knows where Hillsville is. But I went all the way from the place where my mom's house was in Galax, and I drove to North Carolina, which is a different state, and I got Starbucks because Galax didn't have any Starbucks at the time. And instead of telling my mom that I was going to drive to a different state to get Starbucks, I just said I was going to get coffee. So she thought I was going to go to Scooters, which was on Main Street in Galax, so not very far. And then I sent her a picture of my Starbucks cup, and she was like, OMG! I'm gonna let this finish drying. Okay. We've used about half the bottle already. 17. At 18 in the United States, you are considered an adult. However, your parents can, if you have something like autism or ADHD or schizophrenia already diagnosed, they can claim rights on you until you're 21. So at 18, you're considered an adult in most cases in America. My baby kitten is looking at me and she wants cuddles, but I already feel itchy. I don't think adding cat hair to the glycerin would make me less itchy at all. Okay, 18 is dry. $19. Trying to think of something not so dark to say about 19. I can only think about the fact that at 19 I entered the cult that's in the Epstein files, and not in the consensual way. And I was in that cult until I was 20. But let's see, what else? 19 is 15 plus 4, 16 plus 3, 17 plus 2, 18 plus 1, 8 plus 11, 10 plus 9. This isn't quite dry. It's almost dry. So it's definitely taking longer and longer per layer to dry. My neck isn't the driest, but I'll call that dry. So this is dry. That was 19. Where is this cat hair coming from? Oh, I need to clean my AC vent. That's where it's coming from. $20. 20 years is 2 decades. 20 years ago, I was 8 years old. You want to get on camera? Look at this munchkin. You can sit in my lap, but you can't whip your tail in my face, okay? Okay, here is 20, all dry. All right. $21. At 21 in America, you can smoke cigarettes, vape nicotine, smoke weed in several states, and drink alcohol. I think at 21 you can buy and consume kratom as well. But that might be at 18. I don't know. They might have updated the laws since the last time I used kratom. Apparently a lot of people are getting addicted to kratom and its like derivatives. So don't try it just because I've tried it and didn't get addicted. I just had so many adverse effects from kratom that it wasn't worth doing, but that doesn't mean that you won't have the same adverse effects, and you might love the stuff to the point that you end up losing your job. So let's not do anything proven to be addictive. Alright, I'm gonna let this finish drying. Oh yeah, and also, if you're 21, it's totally cool not to drink. You don't have to. And a growing number of Gen Z and Gen Alpha are either pledging or actually in practice not drinking at all, even from the beginning, or they try it once and they don't like it and they never do it again, or they try it, they quickly realize they don't mesh well with it, and that if they continue drinking it can become a problem, and they quit before it becomes a problem. But in the high pressure society we live in, it is more likely for people who are not genetically predisposed to alcoholism to become an alcoholic because of the pressures of society. So it's really cool not to drink. You don't have to drink, even if your friends think that you're lame not for not doing it. Okay, 21 is dry. I'm sorry, Peanut. He's over there huffing and puffing. So here's 22. Yeah, 22. Here's a tattoo I've never shown you before. Hold on. It says E22. The E stands for error code, also known as Erie Coda, which is the name of my body. Alright, I'm gonna let this dry down. Okay, I wanted to show y'all, not only is layer 22 dry on my face, look at these letters. They're like sparkly up here. I don't know if that's picking up on camera or not. But believe me, it is looking sparkly. Have you read my shirt? Yeah, there we go. Your ancestors watch you cook in awe of all that you have achieved. I made it custom. You can make a custom one too. It's not copyrighted. Alternatively, I'm probably going to make a merch store pretty soon here, sell all the variations of my hat that are legal for me to sell, as well as this shirt, and probably some other shirts. And 10% of the proceeds automatically go to charity, because 10% of my income goes to charity, at all. Like, any income goes, 10% goes to charity automatically because of my religion. I don't have to give it to a church, I can give it to charity directly. And I don't believe in organized religion. So here's 22. This is what we're working with. Okay, 23. There's a song called Nobody Likes You When You're 23, and a couple months before I turned 23, it got stuck in my head every single day until like a month after I turned 23. It was kind of prophetic as well. Nobody liked me when I was 23. I was the worst version of myself that I could be. So here's 23, let me let it dry. Okay, 23 is dry. It is 3:52 in the morning. We're in the final 2 laps. How much glitter is even left? An adequate amount, but not much. I've been doing good at shaking it. It's getting hard to get the liquid out. 24. At 24, I had my first child, got pregnant again, and then bought a house. My first child got adopted by the family of the police. I was homeless when I bought my house, hence her getting adopted. Alright, I'm gonna pause it and let it dry. Okay, 24 is dry. Alright, where's that bottle? Here it is. We've got just enough. I didn't quite get the spray there, but we'll call that 25 because I can't get any more out. Oh. Slippery. Okay, 25. Okay. That's gonna be interesting when it dries. $25. So now I know if I want to do the 100 layers, I need at least 4 of these. And a back of, well, I'll need 8. What if 1 out of 2 so far have clogged halfway through? So I need 2 or 3 backups, maybe 4. Alright, I'm gonna let this dry down. The 5-minute timer went off, but this doesn't feel completely dry. So I'm restarting the counter for another 5 minutes of dry time. Okay, 25 is dry. I look like a disco ball. And if you're ever wondering why I never put eye makeup on my upper lids, hold on. Sorry, my alarm was going off. If you're ever wondering why I never put eye makeup on my upper lids, it's because it settles into the crease there. Because I have really oily lids. Alright, so this is what 25 layers, aka the whole bottle and then some. Let's see how much of, almost half. Almost 1.5 bottles of Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome. Now, let's do something super satisfying. So here's without the stripe removed. Here is with the stripe removed. I gotta wait for it to fully dry real quick. Okay, here is the stripe. For comparison. Alright, I'm going to take a shower. This feels horrible. If you're autistic, you'll know exactly what I mean. I'm just covered in syrup. I'm covered in syrup. It's never gonna dry. It's a layer of syrup. It's a layer of... It's so sticky. So I'm gonna take a shower. Alright, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.